What have you in your hand there?
This is, weirdly, this is my biology notebook from 5th year in school.
I can't believe you actually still have it.
Well, yeah. I have no idea, because I never throw anything out because I'm a hoarder. I don't know, but my kids think that all of their worst judgments on me are absolutely true, that I'm a complete nerd.
Well, when you look at that, it's pretty...
Nerdy.
It's really pretty impressive. So did you take these notes actually in class?
No, well, I just must be really sad because I see it says on the spine, additional biology notes.
Oh my gosh.
So, yeah, so my kids, my kids may be correct, but I think it shows a love of detail.
But yeah, you must have been. This is the muscle, isn't it?
Muscle contraction. I'm not sure how much more I know than what I knew then,
well,
which is kind of funny.
I wondered, was this even stuff that you were actually taught in class, or were you reading stuff around? I think you must have been. It
Possibly.
Really detailed.
Yeah, I certainly didn't use bullet points. No. It's all full sentence. Yeah, and I definitely don't remember anybody ever knowing the biology of the tooth.
No, I don't either. I mean, I did study biology. That's what I was thinking when I looked through it first.
Look, it says the number of your different from the centre over, how many teeth you have, permanent teeth.
So funny.
Yeah, it's weird.
But did you go into this level of detail in all the different subjects, do you
know?
Yes.
Biology, chemistry, history, English, yeah, probably.
And do you still have all of those as well?
They may be in my mother's attic.
Okay.
But this was actually in my own house. I have my physics one and my chemistry one, but what's kind of interesting is the physics one is really miserable looking, and there are loads of things drawn in the margin and stuff. I didn't get that. No.
You weren't gripped.
But what's really funny is they all refer to the Christian Brothers book and which page on the Christian Brothers, because it was a Christian Brothers physics book which was read. Just one thing I will say about the physics copybook, which is really extraordinary. So it has a list of, like all these experiments that you did, to measure little g and gold leaf electroscope, all this stuff. What's unbelievable is I found my granddad's physics copybook from the Christian Brothers in Carrick-on-Suir from 1920 something.
It's in the family.
No, he did exactly the same physics stuff and had exactly the same level of disinterest as I had, judging by the state of his copybook. But isn't it funny, the curriculum was exactly the same.
That's incredible, but also incredible that you found it, his copybook, that it was kept. So there's obviously
hoarders.
Or a value on
material things, yeah. I mean, it goes without saying I have every single birthday card. I have every single letter. I moved to America in 1988. And I have the San Diego letters. Not quite with ribbons around them, but...
I have to say, when you are doing your biography, I think the San Diego letters should be a chapter. It sounds
it's
like
pretty.
A chapter of a book, doesn't it?
Well, I'll tell you, it might be the entire volume 1. There's a lot in it.
So, listen, introduce yourself there.
I'm Catherine Godson, and I'm a biomedical researcher at the Conway Institute, UCD.
Okay, so that's why we have some things here on the table that look really quite sciencey.
Yeah.
Tell me, what is this? Almost every person I've spoken to has had a tiny vial of something on the table. So what's this?
So I am particularly interested in a kind of a messenger molecule that the body produces when there's inflammation. And why we're interested in this particular molecule is because it damps down the inflammatory response and it actually promotes resolution. So instead of inflammation persists, so we all need inflammation to defend ourselves, but instead of the inflammation persisting, several different kinds of molecules are produced that actually stop, for example, the blood cells trafficking in their tracks, literally. And one of the molecules that's involved here is a lipid called lipoxin. And this is, we buy lipoxins commercially, they're made commercially. What we often do in our experiments is, so we take lipoxin out and then we add it to cells and we see what kind of effect it has on particular kinds of cells. And what we want to see is what does it do to cells and how does it do it? Because we always want to know more and more details so we can refine and understand better how it works. So an example of how it works is so what we see here is, so the green is the macrophage and the kind of speckledy thing is the skeleton of the cell. And so when the cell is hit or when the cell encounters lipoxin, it provokes a specific reaction that makes the skeleton of the cell rearrange, so it's actually able to essentially eat up or hoover up the neutrophils. And so these two things here, so the blue is the nucleus, so this is the nuclei. So this macrophage is quite greedy, and it's eaten two neutrophils, and then this is its own nucleus. Yeah.
Wow. Do you still find it absolutely incredible how all of these things are going on, and we don't perceive them?
What I can't believe is how rarely they go wrong. Like how exquisite this dynamic equilibrium between a cell being made, a cell dying, a signal coming, how the signals are generated at the right time.